Gentlemen, would you like to join us for some lunch?
No, thank you, sir. We ate before we drove over.
While arriving early to a negotiation meeting with their Mexican Army counterparts would seem like the right thing to do, in this case, Captain McCown and Lieutenant Franklin have interrupted lunch. This illustrates a lack of preparation and understanding that this could be viewed offensively.
Sorry?
Try some flautas, they are delicious.
No, thank you.
Captain McCown and Lieutenant Franklin continued to offend Major Diaz by not accepting his offer to join them for lunch. Captain McCown should have been a little less focused on business in order to accommodate this gracious gesture by the Major. In the Mexican culture, business meetings such as these quite often take place after a shared meal.
That was actually something we needed to discuss with you.
Is there a problem with your interpreter?
Yes, unfortunately, we need to.
This request to replace an interpreter is a touchy subject and should have been handled in a more tactful way. Also, by not bringing an interpreter to the meeting, Captain McCown and Lieutenant Franklin made the faulty assumption that everyone would be able to communicate in English. The lack of preparation regarding these 2 points sets the stage for an unsuccessful meeting.
We need to make sure that things are being done correctly and efficiently. Moving forward, we need to have you confirm the training schedule that we've put
Captain
together.
McCown is being too direct here and is too focused on the tasks of the negotiation rather than taking the time to build rapport by engaging in meaningful conversation and getting to know his counterparts.
El aniversario de Benito Juárez es el 21 de marzo.
Sí, gracias, teniente.
Proper preparation for a negotiation is key to its overall success. Captain McCown and Lieutenant Franklin failed to recognize the national holiday and how important that is to the family and culture of their Mexican counterparts. Even though this became a conflict in the schedule, empathy and tact should have been used to illustrate their understanding of this important tradition.
Unfortunately, this is non-negotiable.
Captain McCown, as I've already mentioned to your leadership, much of this training has already been
By not spending the proper time and effort to prepare for the meeting and to build rapport, Major Diaz is not open to hearing the options provided by Captain McCown. Had Captain McCown taken a more collaborative approach from the beginning, this may have been a more successful negotiation.
Right. However, this is simply standard U.S. Army protocol. Command and Northcom, which will take time and could delay.
Overall, Captain McCown and Lieutenant Franklin did not take the time necessary to prepare for this negotiation with their Mexican Army counterparts. They failed to recognize important cultural considerations that could have helped them relate to and build rapport with Major Diaz and Second Lieutenant Rivera. Ultimately, the U.S. soldiers did not achieve their negotiation goals because they were too direct and task-focused. Had they focused more on building the long-term relationship and taken a more indirect approach, they might have achieved a more successful outcome.